So we finally have the last Star Wars onto the big screens. The finale of the Skywalker saga, spanning 9 movies. And, after the last one, which was very divisive, we move into this one in a little bit of uncertain ground. And I think you could feel that trepidation amongst the fan base. People loved The Last Jedi, of which I am one of those, and people hated it, which I could kind of understand as well. But for me, it was definitely the prettiest looking Star Wars I'd ever seen, with just still images that you could take from it and hang on anybody's wall and it would look amazing. I wanted to continue the journey of Rey and Ben, Kylo Ren in the movie. In this one, we get some great things, we get some bad things, but overall we get a kind of entertaining movie that's a nice enough finish to the saga. Not as good as it could have been, not as bad as it could have been as well, because they had lots of things going on at the time and little different ideas in the form of Abrams and then Johnston's movie and then back to Abrams again. We see lots of retconning of The Last Jedi, something that I'm not particularly a fan of. That movie was its thing. Why kind of slap it in the face in this one just because the fans didn't like it? Sometimes it's good to be daring and try things. But this movie had some excellent points in it as well. One of my favourite things, and I don't think it's a spoiler because it's in the trailer, is the return of Palpatine, the main emperor, the big bad guy. And everything about him was so dark and bleak and destructive and horrible that I really wish he had been through the full of this trilogy, started in The Force Awakens and really continued on, because his arc, the planet where the Sith are sort of based, was just really unique and different and added a really dark tone to the movie. The thing that keeps me coming back to this series, the thing that makes me really enjoy the Star Wars universe and this latest trilogy, is Ben. I love Kylo Ren's character. I love the constant doubting himself, unsure of where he should be or where he goes, and I loved this finale and how it deals with that character. And I really liked the connection that he has with Rey throughout the movie. When they have their private talks, it just, everything fades away. It's amazing to watch these two interact because you feel as if there's such a connection there and they're both helping each other deal with their traumas while being, enemies to each other at the same time. The movie has this blistering pace where it's jumping from scene to scene to scene to add things up, and it very, very rarely has time to settle down and allow it to breathe, which is both a good thing and a bad thing, because you are with this journey. You are just thrown on this adventure almost immediately, and it's off and running before you have a chance to catch your breath or even settle into it. But it's exciting as well because it just, boom, carries you straight into the story, and you are on a high as you follow these people on their adventure. Like I said, a lot of the retconning and a lot of the callbacks to the previous movie felt a little bit forced and fan service, and something that the people who loved The Last Jedi are probably not going to appreciate as much. The action and the fight scenes are all tremendous. They're all very different. There is a little bit of hokey moments here and there, but by and large, it is exciting and fun, as you would expect from most Star Wars movies. And at a 2.5 hour runtime, I found the time flew by. Again, it wasn't a perfect finale. It doesn't land it perfectly. There is faults within the movie. There is several eye-rolling moments, which I won't spoil for you just now. There is a couple of bits that I just couldn't buy. But then again, there was moments that I thought were brilliant. Take, for instance, the humorous tone of the movie. Almost everything C-3PO does fell flat for me. I didn't find it that endearing. But then there is this new character that's integrated into the storyline who's a droid hacker, and I thought that character was simply brilliant, and everything that did had me in stitches laughing. I just thought it was great. The world building, the characters, the way things look is terrific. It has some pretty pictures, like the Glacier asteroid I thought was particularly lovely, but not in the range of The Last Jedi. It tries to retcon too much. It tries to do a little bit of fan service too much. And just a quick aside about that. People are moaning about the fan service in this movie, how it panders to them. This is the 9th entry in a humongous franchise I want callbacks. I want fan service. This is the finale. Give us what we want, which they do. We shouldn't really chastise them for giving fan service for a ninth entry of a series. That's what we want. You get that. The Rise of Skywalker was good. It does have its plot holes. It does have its things that doesn't quite land. But overall, it's a fairly decent ending to this saga. I just wish we had more Palpatine, more idea of that threat, that darkness, that horrible void within this empire that just wants to decimate everybody. But it's a good, entertaining watch. It's something I would definitely check out again. Love to know your thoughts on The Rise of Skywalker. Let me know in the comment box below your thoughts on the movie, and I will see you next time on Man vs. Film.